changed everything. The way I walk, the way I breathe. Feel my fate shift into the night. But here I am, same old thing. Thinking deep, no ecstasy. Reality haunts the living mind. If I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, thinking off about the same mistake. Darling, where you going? It won't be as simple for you.
Yo, guys, it is Old Man G here, back again with another match reaction. Apologies, guys. Actually, I've completely forgot. I need to post my instant match reaction on my Red Devils Trajectory, so that is coming soon. So I'm not going to be live for too long. Only reason why I'm going live post match at this time is just because I'm going to be busy this evening, so I thought I'd just get out of the way and then go to it. So, but before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio, follow us on Twitter United X, and smash the notification button for the latest Manchester United news. But it's over. It's over. Manchester United won, Southampton 0 in quite a dogged performance from Manchester United. A very, very dogged performance. I did think we win. I picked we win. I didn't think we keep a clean sheet. And we will go through the stats in a second, just about how Manchester United did so. But obviously, shout out to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes scoring the only goal in what was quite a cagey affair. If I'm honest, United, much like the Liverpool game, like it was weird. It almost mirrored the Liverpool game in a sense where, just like the Liverpool game, Manchester United held on, started well, and then kind of ended up having to hold on towards the end of the towards the end of the latter part stages of the first half. And then the same thing happened again where, as soon as we got the goal, Manchester United dropped off again. So I don't think Ten Hag will be happy with this. Paredes, great win on 3 points. Yeah, so this is the thing. So fundamentally, I'm happy that we've got the win. And we also got to what this game showed. So we'll break things down in a minute. What it showed, at least for me, is that this is why this United team needs signings. Because shout out to Scott McTominay. I think he had an okay game today, but I just don't see how you can have him and Eriksen in the midfield together. I just can't. I love Casemiro came on and he really slid in. He really helped the defense. So, but like Casemiro needs. Casemiro, in my opinion, needs to start from now on. Casemiro needs to start from now on. And I mean, I don't know how. I'm not saying McTominay is bad, but I don't get how he plays for 90 minutes. Even the substitution. I mean, Eriksen probably can't play 90 minutes either. But I was thinking, like, this is a guy who literally got. I was even concerned about him because it looked like he hyperextended his knee. So I was a bit kind of like, ooh, you need to take precautions. Like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to bring on Fred for Eriksen. But okay, fine. I get it. I understand. Understand. Chainsaw is great win, RDS, title charge. Which account are you using here? Because this one doesn't look like you're a member or something. So was it like a different account? It's a third account. You've got like 3 accounts, but I don't know what's going on. But but it's not a title charge. And just to emphasize, Manchester United are Liverpool are going to lubricate Bournemouth today. They're actually going to spank Bournemouth today. Shout out to the Devil Weekly, man. Are you still streaming, buddy? I hope you're still streaming, man. I'm not seen your videos in for a while. Maybe you're busy, but I hope you're doing well, buddy. Defense is sort of against it, but Casemiro can't come in. Exactly. For me, like when he came on, he looked like he was definitely involved. He definitely needs to, like, do you play? I mean, Casemiro has to come into that midfield. So the question is how. I don't think you can play McTominay and Eriksen together and Bruno in that midfield. It just doesn't work. It's too imbalanced. You could probably play Casemiro and McTominay together and see. I suspect that's what Ten Hag might do. But then one of Eriksen or Bruno is going to be dropped. So I suspect it'll be. I have a feeling that it's going to be Casemiro, McTominay, and Bruno. That's what I have a feeling that the midfield is going to be. If we'd gotten Frankie de Jong, then possibly it'd be Casemiro and Frankie de Jong. But I just have a feeling that's what the midfield is going to be. And I wouldn't say I'm particularly happy about it, but anyway, that's for another day. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy with the win. We needed it. Ten Hag has obviously won his last 2 games. We've now got 6 points. Looking at the table, I think if I recall, we are, and also shout out to the people who got who predicted the starting lineup. We got that right. Let's look at the table, the Premier League table. Where are we? We are, United are now 6th, at least so far anyway. Obviously, that's not going to be the case towards the end because other teams are playing and will probably come ahead of us, especially, likes of Chelsea and Liverpool, etc. But I hope, fingers crossed, that at the end of today, United at least on the top half of the table. That's at least what I hope anyway. So, but at the end of the day, we needed those 3 points, and we needed those 3 points. And I didn't even know, but we have a big game against Leicester. We have a big, massive game against Leicester on Thursday. So not a long time to rest. And so I think rotation in that sense will be key. For me, you got to keep the same back four. We got to go in that back four. That back four showed a tenacity together. And unless a player does something wrong, that back four stays the same. Malacia, Varane, Martinez, and Dalot. Unless you bring another right back, that back line stays the same. It is what it is, And to be honest, I would say that certainly in the second half, I noticed it because I know a lot of people saying that maybe Lisandro Martinez and Malacia would have issues. But if I'm honest, I think that left-hand side was locked. If anything, we're having more trouble down our right-hand side with Dalot, obviously around on that side. So that might be a problem sort of going forward. Ten Hag doing great spell. Now 2 wins in a row, and it will be 3 against Leicester. Well, you say that, but they've got, obviously they're playing Chelsea, I think, now, and then they're going to be playing United, and it's away. And at the end of the day, they did still spank us last time. So I'm very, very cautious when it comes to speaking about Leicester. There's a possibility that they might cause us problems. There really, really is. So the way I would see it, guys, is that you can maybe throw in a bit of rotation because United have 2 games midweek against Leicester and Arsenal. We cannot afford. We also need signings ASAP because that Arsenal game, there's a very good chance that Ronaldo isn't going to be there. And we don't know how long Martial's going to be out for. Hopefully it's just 1 game. But the fact that it's his Achilles issue, that tells me he's going to be out for more than 1 game. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Martial will be back for the game against Arsenal. But you just don't know. So, but then we're going to obviously keep on breaking down the game. And also then we'll also doing our player ratings as well for who you think was a player. I'm going to bring those player ratings back actually because it's always quite fun. Second account, I'm traveling now. Red Devil League, I haven't streamed in a while, and it's something I'm looking to get back into soon. Just need to sort out the internet. Yeah, bro. As someone that's just upgraded, I think that your computer specs and interconnection are key when it comes to streaming. As someone who needs to work on the latter because I'm still using my sort of dead old laptop. I'm hoping to get a good fast desktop fairly soon. So, but my internet connection is actually okay. So, but you need it. Oh yes, the defense is amazing. Very solid. Martinez, Rance, and Dallo exactly. Brendan Rodgers can't maybe get sacked this season. Fofana is going to Chelsea. Yeah, exactly. I think that Fofana is going to be. That's the only possible. Fofana is going to be a loss, the centre wise, but I still wouldn't take any chances against this Leicester City team because I'm still. I guess I want to know what midfielder it is that we play against them because Casemiro has to start. We can't play McEriksen. That's what we call him, McEriksen. We can't play McEriksen anymore in that midfield, or else we're going to get in trouble. Because make no mistake, Southampton may feel that they actually deserve to actually get a point from this game. You know, they had quite a few chances, especially when we dropped off, and we didn't know how to deal with them. We really didn't. It was a fantastic goal by Bruno, great cross from Dallo, and a fantastic finish by Bruno. But they did press us, and I did say in the preview, for those who watch, and shout out to those who did watch the preview, that this Southampton team were going to press us quite a bit in the midfield. And I don't know how we were going to cope. And we only managed to cope because of our defense. And quite frankly, if it was Lindelof and Maguire, we would have conceded. We potentially could have even lost that game, to be honest. So I'm happy that back four needs to stay the same. And I think all I would ask for the back four is that we, see, De Gea made a fantastic save. I still think he's an issue, but fine. But we sign a right back and you bring Casemiro in there. And then upwards we can build from there. We need to build from the back. And it's showing, at least hopefully, that partnership with Varane and Martinez is good. Now, we obviously know Varane that his injury record is quite bad. And I would imagine Varane will get injured at some point this season, and Maguire or possibly Lindelof will have to go back into this team, but we'll see. RDS, we could actually see the game out and score a team goal. Yeah, the goal was. I love the team goal. It was a lovely, lovely team goal. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a lovely, lovely team goal. Loved it. It was great. So yeah, it was a great team goal. Definitely loved it. And especially Bruno Fernandes. We actually passed the move quite a bit in the first half, which was really, really good, and to a certain extent in the beginning of the second half as well. So I think we did deserve that. So I think it's a very stretch for anyone to say United deserve to lose. I don't think we deserve to lose. I would have been surprised if we got a point, but I'm happy with the win. And at the end of the day, I said we needed it because if we beat Leicester, because make no mistake, as I said in the preview, Arsenal are beating Fulham, and I think they have Villa at home. They have those two games, and they're going to win those two games. So Arsenal, there's a very good chance that Arsenal will be undefeated when they come and meet us at Old Trafford. Okay, they would have played 6 games, and they probably would have had, 5 games. Yeah, 5 games, and they probably would have had 15 points from 5 games. We would have had 9 points from 15 games if we beat Leicester. So that game against Arsenal is going to be big. It's going to be very, very, very big next week. We'll see what happens because I wouldn't be surprised if City, for example, today slip up against Palace because they are their bogey team. McEriksen, says Eddie. Also, for those who want to give their thoughts, there is the more than happy to come on to the stream. So if you want to come on, I'll post a link into the chat. But if you all wants to give on or you're giving your thoughts on the game, the link is going to be in the description. So you're more than welcome to come on. Although I'm probably not going to be streaming like for very, very long today, just because I've got busy work to do. So big old as everyone, are you letting? Yeah. So I post a link in. So you can call in. The stream link is in the chat. So if you want to call in, then let me know. In fact, let me just go and pin it in. Actually, I'll pin it in the chat for you guys when the chat comes open. There we go. There we go. Cool. Team has confidence now. Now we can stack wins together. Push up from here. Is it Arsenal? Yes, it's Arsenal after Leicester. It is. I still think that I'm a bit concerned that we're not able to comfortably see out games and control games. But we did play against Liverpool and Southampton. and we're playing in Leicester away, so it's going to be interesting. It really is going to be interesting. So Arsenal at Old Trafford is going to be, I think, it's going to be the real test against an Arsenal side who probably will have been undefeated going to United, because I think with that game, if Arsenal beats us, it will give them serious momentum, because they actually might think, "Rah, we can actually go on and potentially do something special this season. You know, we could be the ones to compete with Manchester City potentially for a title." They really, really could. Because let's keep a stack. Let's keep a stack, guys. You don't hear much in the way of Cronky out, Cronky out. Hashtag Glaze out, by the way. But you don't hear much of that anymore. Yeah, I don't hear a lot of Cronky out now that Arsenal could potentially be shooting for a title. You don't see it. So there you go. Arsenal haven't faced any good team yet. Let them face a good team first. Well, I'd say that Palace was a good team, given that they've beaten us, and given that they've beaten us. I mean, really, good teams wise, we're talking the top six, and in recent years they've actually beaten Chelsea quite comfortably, Spurs as well. It's really only City and Liverpool that they've had problems with, and Liverpool looking bad. So really, it's just City really. But we'll see. Luis Diaz scored for Liverpool. Scored for Liverpool against. Yeah. I mean, come on. I had a feeling. I mean, I tweeted. I literally tweeted and said that Liverpool would lubricate Bournemouth, and that's just going to happen. Liverpool will lubricate Bournemouth. So let me just quickly go over some of the stats here. So I mean, bearing in mind, listen, 17 shots by Southampton to United's 11. Obviously, we're away, so fair. 5 shots on target, 6 for United, 52 for the Brazilian. That shows how close the game was. This is obviously the pass accuracy, slightly better. Even we committed 14 fouls, therefore got 3 yellow cards, 1 offside, 3 corners, 5 corners. Not really much in set pieces, so we were clearly on the defensive end. So, but ultimately speaking, I see Ed in the background. I'll bring you in a second. Ultimately speaking, I generally think that I am happy with the result. You might as well make I think the only change I'd basically make to this squad is bringing Casemiro into the midfield. And I assume you're going to play Casemiro and McTominay, and then Bruno. That's my prediction. Casemiro, McTominay, Bruno. My worry going forward is, one, I still want to make McTominay, to be honest. That's the first thing. But more importantly, Varane getting an injury. That's a worry because Maguire comes in. But more importantly, with Ronaldo going and with Martial not necessarily being neither here nor there in terms of availability, we really need them forward, because it's looking like United. I don't think United can rely on Elanga. He's okay, but I think Elanga is young and needs a good loan move. Otherwise, he's gonna burn himself out, or potentially, I won't say destroy his career, but hinder his career. We need options on that flank, and right now, where you've only got Sancho, Ronaldo, Elanga, and Rashford, and that's not enough. We need another 2. Ahmad looks like he's probably out of favour, so he needs to go and get a loan. I don't know what's happened to Ahmad really. Garnacho is obviously there. Hopefully he'll get a chance to impress in Europa League, and then he might be able to push himself into the squad. So that might be a glimmer of hope. So we'll see. We need a winger. And if it's going to be Anthony, fine, or Gakpo, but somebody, please, anybody. So if we win next 2 games, I'll be comfortable growing. Yeah, exactly. If we do that, because I think especially a team like Arsenal, who right now are on a run right now, they are on a run, and I expect that they will beat Fulham and Aston Villa, because their both games are at home at the Emirates, and then they will come away. Away to Old Trafford is always difficult. I think. Did they beat us at Old Trafford? No. Old Trafford last season we beat them. I actually can't remember the last time that United. Maybe it was one under Ollie where was a penalty by Abba. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, that was the time when they beat us. I think it was a penalty. I think it was 1-0, and then that's where there was take your time with it. Take your time with it. There was a lot of take your time with it. And then they got lubricated several times afterwards. So that was quite fun. Man, says amazing sign, very good. Yeah, I think he is. I think he was. I mean, I think a lot of people thought he would struggle on that left hand side, but his pace, his wings going forward. There's no way Shaw's coming back into this team. There's no way Shaw's coming back to this team. He's not coming back to this team, especially against Leicester. He's not going back into this team. Martial makes such a huge difference in the system. Rashford did well today, but he cannot drop him. See the point. Exactly. When Martial is fit, Martial will start. But whether Martial will be back or not, and that's the thing. And that's why I'm like, we just can't rely. At the end of the day, at some point, availability is the most important thing. And the reality is that like Martial's availability has just not been good. It just really hasn't. Right, let me bring in Eddie in, and we will talk. Bournemouth will get relegated too. What? Are they 2-0 down already? Jeez. Lewis Diaz and Harvey Elliott. Man, yeah. I mean, I tweeted it already. I said that these guys are gonna lubricate Bournemouth, man. They're actually going to. They're actually. Sorry, some Liverpool fan. Right now, right. Okay, let me bring you in, Eddie, man. Let me bring you in. Yeah, Liverpool are 2-0 up against Bournemouth at Anfield. Like, Bournemouth were not going to stand a chance. Let's keep it stacked. Right, Eddie. Bro.
Yo. How's it going?
Thoughts? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Obviously, United won, so that's always good for everybody. But, like, what was your thoughts on the game? Do you think, Ten Hag again, like what's
of course. It's got to be, isn't it? I mean,
yes.
Just from looking at the game today, right? We did see an Ollie-esque win. We got to be straight, right? With what went on. We got the goal, and then we just defended in the trenches. It was like Southampton were throwing bombs. We got our formation, just dug deep, and went, okay, we're just gonna defend and deflect everything you throw at us. By the way, that I think what's his name? Sekou Mara, that guy that came on with the dreadlocks. He's a baller, He's
a good player. Very good. He signed. They bought him recently. He signed from. Oh, I'm gonna say the Bundesliga, but someone has to remind me. But he's definitely a good player. Definitely good.
Yeah, you can see the technique. Like even when he was trying like overhead kicks, he was trying like volleys. That volley that was just off target. I was like, wow, look at the technique. These are the kind of players that Man United should be scouting. The DOF and the scouting network should be on these kind of guys. Wow. Because you look at him straight away, you go, wow, he's. I've only seen 2 games of him. He's ahead of McTominay for sure. McTominay today. I mean, were you rating McTominay today? I wasn't really rating him.
I mean, he did what he needed to. He did what he needed to do, and I guess we need that physicality in the midfield. But yeah, like he had an okay game today. I don't really have anything to say against him really. So he was okay.
Okay, for his standard, then I would agree. It's a good game, but his standard is too average. Yeah, for the good parts of his game, I would say was when he was kind of drifting back and helping the defense, like an extra centre back at times. He does go missing sometimes though, because like I would see Eriksen trying to make himself get into space and get the ball, like make himself open for a pass. Like he reminded me of Pirlo. Remember Pirlo for like when he played for Italy and like the deep defensive playmaking role. Eriksen was doing that, coming deep, spraying balls left and right. Maybe it wasn't as fine-tuned as I'd like it to be, what you could see, like potential. Eriksen is hopefully going to grow into the Man United team, keep being more influential. But yeah, let me just summarize anyway, like the performance in my point of view. Yeah, I didn't like you were talking about the wingers. There's not enough. Yeah, this is poor that we just have like Sancho as like the main winger. Everyone else was struggling for people that can dribble. I mean, even Sancho today, he was maybe beating a few guys, but he wasn't even getting crosses in. This is the thing. Did you feel sorry for Rashford? I felt sorry for him up front. He wasn't getting.
Of course, but that's been one of the issues with the United number 9. There's been like that's why when a lot of people saying Ronaldo is all crap, Ronaldo is, it's like it's the same issue that United number nines, same issue that Lukaku had, same issue that Marjo had. So many number nines that come to have the same issue where they don't have, they're not getting enough support, they're not getting enough chances, but you expect them to score 20 plus goals when we're not creating enough for them. And the reality is that like the goal came from a fantastic cross from Dallo, who obviously managed to find Bruno and score, and that was great, you know. So, but
did you think Bruno had a good game, by the way?
I mean, I think he had an okay game. I think that it's going to be hidden by the fact that he scored a goal. To be honest, what I'm going to say is that the players that had, I would say, the best game was the defense. So much like I put against Liverpool, you know, it's basically who's your man of the match. We're going to it. It's going to be out of like the back four in Varane, Dallo, Martinez, and Malacia. That's actually going to be
today. I did like Malacia today. It was tenacious, but then he did make some mistakes. What is it? Varane and Martinez. I thought they were equally good. It's hard. It's out of Varane and Martinez for me, actually. It's out of those two. They were really good. Just cutting out crosses.
Oh, Eddie. No, Eddie. I thought that because Martinez was short, he was going to be garbage. That's what people tell it. No, Eddie. That's what they were saying. Because he was 5'9", that means he's going to be a bad defender. That's what people were saying. Is that not the case or what?
The main guy that needs to be put on trial is Carragher, because he's out there on the biggest platform talking about how this guy's not big enough, you know. So save the receipts for that guy, that villain. Yeah.
So, he's gotten ever since we beat Liverpool. He's quieted down a bit. Like he just had to kind of take a step back and think, oh wait, my team is in the mud right now. Let me just relax. Let me just quickly read comment, then I'll come back to you. Shout out to Rasmus and shout Palace is leading against City. I knew it. I told you. If anyone watched the preview, I told you. I said, listen, this was my predictions. I was saying this is what's going to happen right next couple of games. Arsenal are going to beat Fulham and Villa because they're at the Emirates and they're at home. They're going to come to us at Old Trafford, being undefeated in the Premier League with 15 points. City most likely not going to drop points against Palace today, and then in a few games' time, they'll probably drop points to Spurs at the Etihad, because Spurs and Palace have always been City's bogey teams. That's a fact. Newcastle as well. I think that the three teams that City have always lost points from, usually in a season, have always been Palace, Newcastle, and Spurs. Plus or minus United or Liverpool, depending on whether they have a good game or not. But you can always guarantee that those three teams I mentioned will take points off City. Yeah. So it's quite possible that that after today, Arsenal will be 5 points clear of Manchester City at the top of the table. Possibly
Arsenal, are they winning so far? What
I think it's still they're playing Fulham. I don't know whether they've kicked off yet. Is it a later showing? Yeah, it's 5:30 showing, so they've not kicked off yet.
I don't know again. I just got a feeling that they'll just. I just reckon they can't get 4 wins in a row. I reckon the mentality is not there. I reckon they'll shoot themselves in the foot.
I don't know. I don't know. Is Jesus fit? If Jesus is fit, it'll be fine. So, but I have a feeling, especially at the Emirates, when they're at home, it's a different. Away, I'd have been like, okay, fine. But they've got 2 home games back to back against Villa and.
Right.
And when you have that momentum at home and stuff like that, it's like I'm not saying it'll be easy, but yeah, I wouldn't. When you've got that confidence going in on the back of so many wins and you're at home,
and you're playing well, like you said, Jesus is a nemesis right now, man. Jesus is just like he's gonna keep growing into that team, man. I'm not liking it, man. I miss Banter FC, man. Where are they at, man?
Arsenal are going to be Arsenal going to be interesting, and that's why I think the game against United will be key, because if they beat United at Old Trafford, then they're going to start to believe heavily. Yeah. They're going to really, really believe, because it's like, whoa, we've actually beaten United at Old Trafford. We can go and do something. I'm scared.
It can't happen. Yes, it cannot happen. It can't.
Paris, Southampton defense. Southampton defense was good as well. That game was painful to watch. We were defending the whole time, nothing happening attacking-wise. Yeah, and that's why we need to sign attackers. Rasmus. I agree with you. We do, and that's why we're trying to get Gakpo. We're trying to Gantz. We're trying we don't have the attacking depth. You know, we had Sancho, Rashford, and Alanga, and the only attack we could bring on was Ronaldo to change things because Martial said Ronaldo might be leaving soon. That probably will be leaving. So really, if Ronaldo stayed, we still need a forward. But if Ronaldo leaves, you need to get a striker and another winger. Well, a forward player. And can United sign a number 9 and a number winger? I don't know. Personally, for me, I think that United should go all out to get to sign. I'm hearing this thing with Napoli and Ronaldo. So personally, for me, what I would do is say, okay, fine. If he wants to play Champions League football, he should go to Napoli, and we should or loan or whatever, and then we sign Osimhen in return.
Oh,
if we can get, sorry.
Yeah, I was agreeing. Osimhen, I like him.
If we can get Victor Osimhen from Napoli and hopefully get Anthony from Ajax, then I think we can be okay. But I don't know whether that's going to happen or not.
Can I just say on top of your point as well? Yeah, like you're making good points about the fact that the players are not there for like the performance to be there yet. And you got to take into account because I agree with Rasmus. It was a painful game to watch. I don't like watching just defense, you know.
No.
But after those first 2 losses, that was necessary to dig deep and just get results, man. He's got to do that at this point. Hopefully, it progresses as the season goes on.
Oh, the John Stones own goal. That's how Palace are ahead. So it's like, but I mean, is anyone's I really hope people aren't like, oh, I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised that Palace are being. It's like, come on, guys. Like, if you watch League for a few years, you know that it's not a shock. Like, they've done it quite a few times now, so they know how to play them. That defensive performance isn't what we should do all the time. But what it does is give us assurance that we can keep a clean sheet. Exactly. Especially, I mean, I'll come to you in a second, but Eddie, I definitely would like to know what your thoughts on how you felt Casemiro played when he came in. 2 wins, no, let's go, says King Stash. I actually need to let Anthony go. He'll fit our exactly would, but they also are thinking that they need to get replacements. And that's why this whole thing wasn't planned properly. Because had United bid for Anthony in May, literally at the beginning, I have no doubt that the Ajax would let Anthony and Lisandro go. No doubt whatsoever, because they would have time to replace them. Give them 60 million, give them something, fine, bada boom. But United are spending ages on negotiation, so you now got a week before the transfer window closes, and of course Ajax is going to be like, we can't let him go. We don't have anyone. We need time to scout someone to replace him. You know, stupid.
And this is why Glazers need to still get out.
Well, there you go. So hopefully the momentum is still there. So I'm not too upset by lack of attack. We didn't have a number 9. Well, exactly. They targeted Martinez today, but got nothing. Man of the match performance. Exactly. Everyone's trying to target Martinez, but his linkage with Varane is key here. If you can have a player like Cristiano on the bench, it would be so good. Nothing, but I think he will leave, unfortunately. Do we have one more attacker up after Anthony? Well, we need to find one. If we're going to get Anthony and Gakpo, okay, maybe, but we need to find one. We need to find one quickly. No.
Wow.
But the thing is, I'm saying this though now. I'm saying this, but it's like, but then I'm like, but again, are you surprised? Like, why are we acting surprised though? Because again, it's like this happened last season, and I think also the season before that. You know, so it's like I'm not saying it's not an in-quote shock, so, but like, yeah, these guys, and also Palace have beaten us before as well. So Palace will always.
Man City coming back there. It's a bit early, isn't it? 20 minutes it's been. I can see them coming back. Even though they're a bogey team, I can still see them coming back with Haaland. They've got Haaland now. We've got to remember, guys.
Tuesday. I wonder what the lineup is. Let me see what the lineup is. I'll be able to just check. What is the lineup? City lineup: Ederson, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Cancelo, De Bruyne, Rodri, Silva, Mahrez, Haaland, and Foden. City of Palace have gone for back 5 of Mitchell, Gray, Anderson, Ward, Klein. They've got Eze. Oh no, Zaha. Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah, 2-0 without Zaha.
Zaha's not even on the bench, so maybe it's an injury. So, but yeah, interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So yeah, it's just updated my thing. I wonder who scored it was Joachim Anderson, 21, who scored the goal. So yeah, I mean, but again, it's not. I expected City that we're going to slip up against Crystal Palace. They'll still come back, but as in even if they lose this game, they'll still come back. But it's not unexpected, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Let's go Red Devils. Arsenal won't win all matches. Of course they will. Of course they will. Of course they will. Of course they will. But you can't deny that if they beat Manchester United, they would have been undefeated in the first 6 games. When was the last time that Arsenal did that? So of course that psychologically helps a team because you've gone away and beaten Manchester United. You know what I mean? Because remember, winning the title is not about just beating the big teams. It's about beating the small teams and overcoming your challenges. So when you can now comfortably see off United away, Spurs away, and so on, then Arsenal might think, actually, hang on a minute, we can do something. Now,
I just want to say real quick, sorry, I'm just
on.
thinking about Arsenal playing the bigger teams, like in the top 5. You just said, okay, they could beat Man United away. I don't see them doing that, by the way. And then when they got to play Man City, when they got to play Liverpool, and Spurs, I see them coming undone. I don't think they got the mentality there yet. They're still a young team, even though they got Jesus. I just don't think they're there yet. They play good football, but still like not enough experience, in my opinion.
Apparently, Gordon's just scored against Brentford. So if you're a Chelsea fan, put in that money for Gordon, man. Put in that money for Gordon. Yeah, we saw that. Anderson, great header from a header. Yeah. So Eddie, just quick thoughts on how you felt Casemiro was. Obviously, new signing. And guys, we did a welcome to Casemiro video. Head over to the channel and have a look at the welcome to Casemiro video, man. Just thoughts on that. Thoughts on.
Can you remind me when he came on as well? Was it last 10 minutes or last 5?
He came on. I can show you in the. Let's have a look in the lineup.
I've got to admit, I'm struggling to remember what he did. He did a few tackles, I think, but I don't know. I wanted to see him earlier, like come on earlier, so I could really.
No. He came on. I think at about. Oh no, it's not there. He came on. I'm sure it was in the 65th minute. No, 75th. 75th. It wasn't that late.
Okay. Yeah. So
like 15 minutes in was what my understanding.
We were really camped in at that point. So
he
was pretty much because Southampton were really struggling to break us down. Like around that point, they kept going to the wings. And by the way, who's that number 9 for Southampton? Because he's a bit of a dribbler. Maybe Man United may want to look at him. The number 9 for Southampton. Do you know him? If you can scroll into that team 1 second, bro. Now I'm going to talk about Armstrong. Yeah, did you see he was having some fun on that left wing, by the way? Yeah. But this comes back to my point. Like they were focusing their attacks to like get down the wing, and then Casemiro was like pretty much saturating the middle of the park, right? Just acting as like an extra covering midfielder. I did see him come to the right a little bit to cover for the right back, but I did see him like destroy a few attacks, like just getting in the way. I remember now; it's coming back to me. Like I was hearing the commentator saying, "Oh, he made a good block there, made a good block here." He's one of them guys that just gets in the way of stuff. He's like, you know what I mean, just a battering ram. Like he's a big, strong player. He can read the game. He knows where to be, and he's got to start the next game, man. We got to see, like you said, I don't want to see Mick Erickson. I don't want to see that anymore. Mick Tominay.
Oh, here we go.
Service, man.
80th minute. Sorry, thanks to Powders in the chat. 80th minute. That's when he came on for Alanga. Alanga.
Yeah. I thought it was 5 or 10 minutes. But Casemiro's got to come in there because Mick Tominay, by the way, he could have given away a penalty. But VAR, I would still say VAR out because he literally touched the ball 3 times with his hands.
I didn't actually understand that because a part of me was thinking like, is that because the only in fact, let me know in the chat. Let me post so was it a handball? I posted a poll in the chat, guys. Was it a handball? Was it a handball?
I mean, you got 3. It's 3 times it's touched his arms. So it's like at least one of them has got to be a handball, surely. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, I don't want to see
I
the
think
pen.
you're joking. You're joking. Are you joking about scoreline? Because are you joking that it's actually 3-0 to Palace? Because that's okay. I wasn't expecting a lubrication. I wasn't expecting, unless you're talking. Oh no, it's Bournemouth. Oh, okay, it's Bournemouth. Yeah. Okay, that's
I was about to
yeah,
check the
that's
scores as well,
understandable.
man. That's mad.
That's understandable. Yeah, because Liverpool. Yeah, I said it was going to be 5-0. So my score prediction is like on form right now. I think Trent scored actually as well. So there you go. That's for my fantasy football team as well. So yeah. Trent. So you sorry. Yeah. So yeah. So you were saying, Eddie?
Yeah, I was trying to remember where I was pretty much describing Casemiro. I think I said pretty. Oh yeah. So I was dissing McTominay.
Mm,
So yeah, let me
mm,
get back to that. There was a few a few moments where you just saw how he's just not got that finesse, that composure. There was
mm,
one time where he got the ball down and like two
mm,
players were coming towards him. He had time to kind of control it and maybe turn around, and then he kicked it out of play. And then there was another
mm,
time where he got the ball down, and it was like maybe a similar situation where two players were coming towards him, and then he starts like headbutting the I think his name is Flavia or something, the guy on Southampton side. He started like putting his head in, like headbutting him, and then he fell down. That's when he went down for like he was like, I think he was injured for quite a bit. Do you remember that
mm.
bit where he went down and it was like he was
Yeah.
injured? Did you see the
Yeah.
replay? He was like headbutting the other guy, then he just fell down.
Well, so what happened? What I saw is that because I looked at his legs and what he did, and that's why I was a bit concerned when I posted a tweet. Was that like he hyperextended his knee? I know he's had
Oh,
knee injuries before, and so he hyperextended his knee, and then basically, like you could see, it's like ah, and then went down.
right.
So
Well, for me,
initially, I was
that
like, oh,
reflects that he's clumsy because he wasn't being kicked to get that injury. He was just
mm,
like he had no composure, and he just
mm.
like fell down by himself. That's why like the foul wasn't even given because it wasn't a foul.
No, it wasn't a
No,
foul. No, that's the thing.
yeah,
He went down because he'd hyperextended his knee,
yeah,
basically. So by hyperextending his knee, like I mean it's medic time, but by hyperextending his
yeah,
knee, like it basically like is, I think if I recall, it's like a PCI, a posterior cruciate ligament injury. If you
yeah.
hyperextend, I think. Um,
Right. So you're the doctor, right? Can you analyze what he was doing in terms of his running? Because it looked like he was just clumsy, and that's why he did that.
yeah, no, he was I he, in that if I remember correctly, when he was running that when he was there, like I think that we were trying to he was trying to get the ball out of because we were struggling to basically breathe in that game.
Yeah.
Fernandes, man, stop. I can't get more Liverpool updates, man. It's now it's now 4-0. It's not they're a disgrace, man. Bournemouth are a disgrace. Bournemouth are a disgrace, man. They're Bournemouth for this. That said, I can't really complain because United were 4-0 down against Brentford. So
Oh,
really,
please don't
like
remind us.
you know,
Oh,
you know. Hmm. So, and I think our
what's that?
Chelsea head as well.
I don't know.
Oh no, they're not. Someone I just saw. Wait, Chelsea have got a red card. Wait, what's just happened? Conor Gallagher.
Oh, no way. Really?
Oh
I
man,
thought, oh,
Chelsea down to 10
he's
men, man.
really very for this player, by the way. Like, I really like
Oh,
Gallagher. I really was a fan of how he played at Crystal Palace. Like, he should be there
yeah,
helping them,
yeah,
not
should be
under
there. I
pressure on
know.
the Chelsea side,
Mm,
man. It's like, oh,
mm,
he's a good player, man.
mm.
But yeah, we're just
Oh
talking about like
man,
McTominay. I did go from the
Silva, man.
Casemiro analysis to McTominay, but I'll just describe him why Casemiro should be in the team already because we're just seeing with McTominay, he's clumsy. Sometimes he goes missing. He does provide some defensive skill, but it's too sporadic. I just keep imagining him at Everton. He's an Everton player where you would play
Mm,
sporadically. You wouldn't control the
mm,
game. He needs to just
mm.
go to a team where you just be at that level. So Casemiro, I like the little preview. Can't wait to see him start. Oh, by the way, I want to see Ericsson in the number 10. But if we keep doing the 4-2-3-1, I want to see Ericsson number 10 because I want to see some playmaking for the forward. Ericsson will serve the forward if he gets up there.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, I think Ericsson's best position it's almost like how we did with Mata. How we misused as soon as Mata came, we misused Mata. And I almost think it's a similar situation here where we misused him, you know. So I just think it's not right. It's not right, you know.
Yeah.
Let's quickly do the player ratings. Then we're gonna have to bounce, guys.
Can I just ask you one thing before we go to that? It's just like
really go on, mate. Go on.
If Casemiro comes in, do you see single pivot or double pivots staying there? Because I want to see the single pivot, man. And that
I think it'll still be a double pivot because of the De Gea. I still think it'll be a double pivot. I like I said, I think that the next starting will be Casemiro, McTominay, and Bruno. So I think Ericsson will come out, and it'll be, and yeah, that's what I think. I think Ericsson will come to the bench, and then at least he'll be another midfield option coming in. Even though I think I would like Ericsson, because Ericsson actually I think is a technically good player.
Yeah.
So and I for me what I want my ideal midfield actually would be right now would be Casemiro, Fred, and Ericsson. Just purely because Fred can go forward and he can press, which will help the defending system, but also his communication skills with Casemiro, because they're both Portuguese, they're both from the thing. I think they'd be quite important, you know. So, and then obviously Ericsson can actually drop and link up play, you know. So
that's exactly my midfield, by the way, that you said. Yeah, Casemiro holding, Ericsson inside right, make playmaking, and like you said, Fred box the box, man. He'd be tenacious. He'd be doing it, man. Hopefully we see that. One more question though, because Van der Beek right now, is he gonna have to be put on loan again to Everton? Because he's not getting a look in, bro. I just gotta ask that.
I don't know. He needs to.
That's Ten Hag's student, bro. What's going on?
It just I don't know. I don't know.
We just give up on him.
Wait, is there another red card? Wait, is there another red card for Chelsea? Man. No, I'm seeing that. Anyway, I should. We're talking about Manchester United, sorry, but obviously other Premier League games are going on. But at the same time, you are thinking like, geez, if rivals couldn't implode, then maybe United might have a chance to get top 4 this season. I don't know. I was about to say Leicester 1-0, but damn, they missed the City. Yeah, apparently it should have been 1-0 to Leicester, man. So, and that'll give and obviously bearing in mind that'll give Leicester momentum going into get to face United at home. So that's another reason why I think this game. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's get into the player ratings, guys. Let Chelsea scramble for themselves, because all I'm saying is Chelsea better beat Leicester City, or there's going to be certain Chelsea fans. Because they'll have 4 points, won't they? Yeah, they beat. They won their first game with a penalty, Jorginho. They got a draw against Spurs, but then they lost to Leeds, and they now potentially might lose to something. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't exactly. Rasmus, why is Van der Beek not being picked? It's because they mustn't not rate this kid. Or, I mean, I don't hate McTominay, but I just don't get how he, how you're I looked at our midfield, our bench on at the start of this game, and you looked at the bench and you saw Casemiro, you saw Fred, and you saw Van der Beek, and you're like, how can that not be Manchester United's midfield?
Yeah,
Fred, Casemiro, Van der Beek in front. That could be United's midfield easily.
Yeah,
and yet that's on the bench. It's strange. But anyway, let's quickly go into player rings and we'll bounce. So Eddie, David De Gea.
Made a night. I remember one good save against what was it? Aribo. I'm trying to remember all the saves. I think it was just standard performance. Like I give him a 6.
6, yeah. 6 is average for everyone, by the way. 6 is average. 6 is average. Malacia.
Yeah, he was tenacious today. It was good. Assured. It was assured. Got forward a bit. I think still average though. To be honest, like I'm just trying to remember what he was really doing. No, you know what? No, I give him 7 because like we got a clean sheet today, innit? You got to get a 7 at least.
Exactly. I think defense get a clean sheet. I would definitely say 7. I would definitely say 7. I definitely would say 7. For me, Martinez, and Varane vie again for man of the match again. I'd give Martinez a good 8 out of 10 today. What do you think? I think 8 out of 10.
I was about to say 8 as well for both Martinez and Varane. That they were both on the same level. Yeah, they've got chemistry. You know, they're just levels above what Maguire was doing in there. No mistakes, hardly any mistakes, and just covering for each other. Man, that's got to be the partnership now. Yeah.
And obviously, I'll put up a community poll for those after the game. So Varane, you agree? So both 8 or Varane?
Yeah.
Both 8. Okay. Dallo obviously got the assist for the goal.
Yeah. For the assist as well, I've got to give him an 8. You know, that's got to boost him up. That was a nice cross. Just
that was a very good cross. If he can do that more often, then suddenly you go, okay, this guy we might be able to do something. But I think it's Dallo's consistency for me that's always been the big issue. Can he be
I don't think
consistent?
he's that bad defensively as well. Like, you know,
he has improved. I still think United can get better. That's why I think we should sign a right back for competition. But at the same time, he's looking good.
Yeah,
he's definitely looking good. He's looking good. So midfield, Christian Eriksen.
I liked him. I liked him in there.
7. I'd say it's 7. Today. It's 7 today. I think a 7's means of 7. I think his ability. I think he definitely. It's just I just don't think that you can play Eriksen and Bruno in the midfield together. I want to see Eriksen playing where Bruno is playing, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree with
that. And I think that, to be honest, what's holding this team back? Part of what was holding this team back was Maguire in centre back. That's fixed. McTominay in the midfield. And right now, Bruno, Luke Shaw on the left, that's been fixed. Yeah. So it was Bruno. I think right now, Bruno, and we'll talk about Bruno later as a rating. So, but yeah, there's a part of me that thinks that he's holding the team back slightly, but we'll see. McTominay, what's your rating of McTominay? Let me know if you guys agree with the player ratings on the chat as well, guys. Let us know your thoughts.
Because we got a win, I'm trying not to be harsh, but I didn't, because he keeps going missing. For me, it's like he's a 5. He's just
5.
Yeah, just below. That's kind of still average, isn't it? Like I'll still give him the 5 because he goes missing. He's a bit clumsy still. Got yellow cards. You just see like he just needs more better in there. 5 for me.
Yeah, most is McTominay on the ball 4, off the ball 8. I mean, he does do a fair bit of work off the ball. Yeah. I will give him that. And that's fair. So
that's a good comment, because like I said earlier as well, like off the ball, he was dropping in and helping, like just saturate the defense. But he just off the ball stuff, isn't it? It's like we do need on the ball stuff in the midfield. So maybe a 6 then, because if you average out, what's his name? Mo? Was it Mo?
Yeah, Mo Wada. 8-4.
What's the average between that? Is it 6? Isn't it?
It's like 5.5, basically. Yeah, something like 5.5. 5.5.
Maybe that's fair.
Yeah. So 5, 6, I think is fair. Make sure you like the vid, guys. Make sure you like the vid as it was almost bound to bounce off. And thank you guys so much and for your support for the channel. Really appreciate it. Bruno was petulant yet again. He's getting on my nerves despite him scoring. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I'd actually like to see a midfield of Casemiro, Fred, Eriksen. That for me, what I would go with. If you want to play Van der Beek and try, that's fine. But I would drop McTominay but we'll see. We might get that in the Europa League. There you go. We might get that in the Europa League, ironically enough. So next, obviously Bruno. Bruno for me, I mean, he scored the goals, so you can't really. I want to say a 7. I want to say a 7 because he scored the goal, but as Vasma said, petulant. I'm still not convinced that he's improving on Ten Hag currently right now. So, but he got the goal, and you've got to give him props for it. So yeah, I would go with 7. I don't know if you agree with that, Eddie.
I agree because obviously the goal wins the game, so you got to boost him up. But the rest of his play not influential enough. I'm seeing more playmaking from my number 6 in Eriksen. Why is that happening? So he's just got a 7 because of the goal. To be honest, man.
Further up, okay, Sancho. Sancho's probably. I probably put Sancho as a 5, to be honest.
Yeah,
He, he maybe took on a few, and this is the thing. It's like he took on a few people, initially, but then just stopped. Really, he wasn't really in the game, and obviously he was the first substitution as well. So yeah, I give Sancho a 5. I'm not gonna lie, I would give him a 5. I would give him a 5. I don't know what other people think. What do you,
it's just it's for me. Yeah, I was gonna say 6, but I may agree with the 5 because I'm really disappointed because I want to support this guy. You know what I mean?
Mm,
70 million. He's got skills like you see him when he gets on the ball. Yeah, you see that he can control it. Like you said, he will beat someone, but then it'll just die off a bit, and then he doesn't make the play. He kind of goes backwards or goes to the side. So
mm,
no, I'll say 5. I would say 5 is actually all right for
mm.
that. He
Yeah.
needs to grow into this team. He needs to be
Mm,
more aggressive, I think, in
mm,
terms of beating players, especially
mm,
for the money that he's come for.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it says yeah, Sancho for 5 is better on the right for me. Yeah, I don't know why we played Sancho on the left and Alanga on the right. I don't really understand that. That must have been a tactical thing to it, but for me, you should have put Alanga on the left and Sancho on the right. I don't know why we switched and put him there. I really don't understand. Maybe it's to accommodate Rashford. Um, but if Martial comes back, Martial should be on the 9, Rashford on the left, and Sancho on the right. That should be how the
yeah,
front three works if Martial comes back. Anthony, because Anthony plays on, I think Anthony can play on the left and the right, so that will help us. But because Anthony can play on the left right, if we can get him, which is looking difficult, then we'll see. You know. But then Sancho, I don't want any of the Sancho on the left stuff anymore. He's a right winger, play him on the right and keep him there.
if
Elanga for
Anthony
me.
comes, sorry,
So
I'm
go on.
gonna say if Anthony comes, he has to dribble for us. We need
Yeah,
dribblers. We need
yeah,
dribblers, man. Come on.
yeah. Martial is probably the only one out of that front three that can actually dribble, and dribble past players. It is actually, yeah. Ronaldo can't anymore.
Did
Rashford
you see
can't.
him in that race against the centre back? I forgot who
Yeah,
it was. But
exactly,
like, it was like, oh,
exactly.
you can imagine young Ronaldo would have burned him, but like,
Exactly,
oh
yeah.
my
But age gets to you, man. Age
God,
gets to you, So that's why probably he's going to Syria. I suspect that you know if he signs the thing with Napoli, I'll keep it stacked. Let's do an agreement with Napoli, man. You get Ronaldo, give us Osimhen, or you can have Ronaldo on loan. We'll even pay his wages, or I'll pay some of his wages, and then you give us Victor Osimhen, man, with maybe a smaller fee. That's what I would
yeah,
say. Give us Victor Osimhen, and then that's it. Yeah, Mega says Sancho 5.2. Yeah, I don't disagree with
wow.
that. Alanga, I don't think was that much better than Sancho, to be honest. I mean, he had a few opportunities in the first half, so I would give him probably a 6, an
Yeah,
average 6.
yeah. Sorry, he's still going.
No, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say he was involved in the goal, wasn't he? Like where
Mm,
he
mm,
came infield and
mm,
he passed it to, I forgot who it was, but he was
mm,
involved in the goal, and he did
mm,
that a few times, and then it did die off a bit, which is for me that's what takes away from his performance is that he will do a
mm,
little bit of something good, but then he'll vanish a little bit, and
mm,
his dribbling is not really there. I'm really
mm.
because I'm really thirsty for people that can beat players.
Dribblers, good
We have that
dribbler.
at Man United, so.
Mm.
For me, what did you say? Did you say 6 or 5?
6, yeah, just an average 6, and I also want to
Yeah,
be fair because he's still a young player.
yeah.
So
I
I do
probably,
think
I probably
I
still
do.
go 5 though. I still go
Mm.
5. It's like overall, not yeah,
Well, the thing
not
is,
not enough progressive play.
the only reason why I probably would give him was Alanga is that one, as you said, like he was quite involved in the goal. He did have one or two opportunities in the first half, and more important, and he is. This is I think his first proper breakout season, and he's still a kid. So I'm not going to be as harsh with him as I am with Sancho, who, yes, okay, this is his second season at Manchester United, but like I still expected more from Sancho than what I'm seeing right now. And everyone sort of got gassed because he scored that sit-down goal against Liverpool. But I said it in my preview, I was like, I need to see the consistency from him. And I've not seen the consistency right now to just Alanga still at the end of the day, still an academy player. Sancho we spent 75 million on, and I've
Yeah.
yet to see the justification for that for that price as of yet. You know, like right now, to be honest, if just on current form, the best deal that United have made is only spending 15 million on Malacia. Looking at how Malacia is, that's a steal. That's even if he's not world class, 15 million for what I'm seeing from this guy, that's a steal. That's a steal. But you know, with what we're getting out of Sancho, you know, I don't know. You know,
I agree with what you're saying on Sancho because he has that Bundesliga experience. Even though people relegate that league because just Bayern Munich win it, he still had like good experience with Borussia Dortmund and the Champions League experience too. So yeah, you should be. Yeah, I would expect a bit more from what he's doing as well. So yeah, I just wanted to agree on that point, man.
So yeah, United and the players okay with yeah, exactly, because the reason why that is because United's right now is a squad that's made of at least the last 3 or potentially 4 managers, but definitely the last 2 in Mourinho and Oli. And Mourinho and Oli were not possession-based managers, so that makes sense. Like I think Martial and Rashford, the only ones from the Van Gaal era that are left, and Luke Shaw as well. So that's it. So lastly, Rashford again deprived of service. Not really his fault. But again, I didn't feel like he was in the game really. So I'll probably give him, but probably not necessarily his fault though. So I would probably give it a Rashford I'd give him a 6 as well. I don't know what you think.
Oh wow, 6. I mean, it's hard. Like, I don't know what is that 6 because like obviously because he was making certain runs, wasn't he? As well, he was trying to show the ball, but that he just wasn't getting it. So for me, it's hard to rate him because he's just not getting the ball. So it's like a forward does depend on the rest of the people to help him get a rating. In my opinion, like if you're not in the game, it's hard to rate you. So for me, I would say a 4 because just not in the game, not getting the ball. So they've got to sort that. Like we were saying earlier, it's been a problem for Lukaku, for Ronaldo, for how many forwards? It's too many now. So yeah, we need to see this change eventually. I'm getting tired of it, man. I want to see maybe 2 up front then. If we're gonna keep having this forward isolated, let's get more help to the attack eventually.
I knew. Did it get to 5 in the end? Did it get to 5? I knew it. It was 5-0. Who scored the 5th goal?
So wait, are Bournemouth becoming the Norwich?
Wait, let me get this straight. So Luis Diaz, Harvey Elliott, Trent, Roberto Firmino, and Van Dijk scored a 5th one, man. That's bad, man. Induct these guys, man. Induct these guys. Just like I actually said that it was going to be 5-0. What I didn't know was if it was going to be 5-0 at half time. I didn't know that I was.
That is mad. That's mad. But I hope Bournemouth can just come out and play some stuff because Parker, yeah, he is a good coach, man. Like if you look at it, like what he did with Fulham as well when he was with them in the Premier League, like some of the football they were playing, he knows how to get us to play football. So hopefully it gets better for him because I don't want to see them turn into Norwich, man. Like just being just that, you know what I mean? That whipping boy team.
Nah, they're going back. They're going back down. They're going back down. Right. Thank you guys so much for play rating, guys. We're bouncing. Eddie, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Appreciate it. So we'll be back. No worries, bro. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. So we'll be what's going on? We'll be members hangout will be tomorrow. For those who are members, there'll be a members hangout tomorrow evening. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be doing a Leicester preview. I'm probably going to get, for those of you, some of you guys will probably know Ant, who's been in the chat. We're going to be doing a preview with Ant for the Leicester game. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be doing a preview joined with Egal for the Arsenal game. I think some of you might know who Egal is, who will no doubt be gassed coming into this game. So next week is going to be good. The match reviews are going to be good. So stay tuned for that, and also the match reactions as well. United form will be back on again from Monday as well, Red Devil Weekly. So yeah, and also for those who are watching, make sure you head over and subscribe to Eddie's Football Waffles, man. Eddie does like it's a great YouTube channel where hopefully he's because I think you when I watched the waffle, like I can't remember the prediction, but you definitely predicted us to win this game.
Yeah. I said 2-1.
Yeah. So I'm banking on Eddie's football waffles giving us good predictions going forward. Because I'm certainly out of it. I'm a reverse jinx, so I'm not counting on my jinxes. So, but no. So make sure, guys, you head over to Eddie's football waffles and subscribe to his YouTube channel, man, and support the Don. Have a nice day, everyone, and cheers. Take care. Peace.